We have to live together. It's dangerous if we don't. Even among animals, there is a king. The lion is a king. He tries to bring harmony in the jungle so that animals can live together. As we humans are better than animals, we must live together. Even if we don't like each other, we have to live together.
It's true, prison teaches us things. We say here that bandits are watching other bandits. This comes with its benefits and its drawbacks. I have gotten to know many men who I didn't know before. There are all types of people here, even upper-class people, which is good for me. Honestly, it changes a man. You are confronted with all kinds of things. Things that were forbidden in the city are allowed here. But how is that possible? How is that possible? They can give you anything, but you need to have your freedom, because without freedom, you are not a man. That is the difference between being in prison or in the city.
We live in the MACA as we would live in a large village. The prison of Abidjan was built between 1978 and 1980 to accommodate 1,500 prisoners. At this very moment, we have 3,697 prisoners. So we have tripled in capacity. It's no easy task, and not at all easy to manage. Cells are completely overcrowded.
This is the daily ration cup. We can only have one a day. Despite that, we hold on. It's normal. We just deal with it. We should have more than one, but that's what the authorities have decided. We can't do anything else than settle for what we have. You get served like this once a day, and that's all you'll have till the next day at noon. Be it the month of fasting or not, we try to hold on.
When you look at the rice, you see creepy crawlies in it. For example, if your parents don't come to see you, if nobody comes to see you where you live, how are you going to eat? We are in the largest forest of Ivory Coast. It's the Banco forest, the largest forest in all of West Africa. We are in it. We live in it. Workers live here too. They need to take care of us. They can't just send us in the forest and let us live there like animals, like outsiders. But they send us to jail as if we were already dead. But we are alive. We are alive.
The food you are served is not the same as what's written on the kitchen board. They often write rice with yam. They write yam and pate, or rice and meat. You get the rice, but there's no meat with it. Here, if someone gets food from the outside, they share it with everyone. We're a big family. Everyone eats with the same spoon. There is no hostility. You don't live for yourself here. But other cells work differently. There are cells where your hunger is your own issue. If you die, they wouldn't care. They'll just bury you.
In this cell here, we are united. 1 + 1 = 1. You can't come here and hurt someone and expect that we just stand there and watch. We'll strip you and we throw you out. It's the Cosa Nostra, meaning we die for a cause. That's why you can't come here and lay a hand on any of our cell members.
We do chores. We carry water containers to survive. The food they bring us is simply not enough, and that's why we carry water containers to make some money. We also wash plates from other cells to get something to eat. Sometimes we find bits of food which are 2 or 3 days old.
During the week, I can carry 2,000 or 3,000 liters for $1 because I need to fight if I want to get through all of this. In any case, when we fetch water, sometimes it gets rough, kamikaze style. Buckets break, containers are thrown everywhere.
When you come back in the evening, after you carried 50-liter containers like that, your bones, your legs, your whole body feels like you've been beaten up. And the next morning, you don't have the will to go back to work.
Work here in the prison is what we call chores. By doing chores, you get money to cover your expenses during the week and to pay the Baygon. You need to pay the Baygon every Saturday evening. It is like the prisoner's rent. Baygon is mandatory. You have to pay it every Saturday. It can be 50 to 85 US cents, depending on the cell you live in. When you agree to do chores, you get out at 7 a.m. When you don't, you need to wait till 8:30 a.m. or 9 a.m. to get out. You see the difference? It's like creating shifts in the prison.
The Baygon in our cell is 35 US cents. If you don't earn enough, they make you sleep in the shower. I often ask them, friends, how can I get money? If I had 2 arms like you, I could carry buckets and get 20 cents. But the problem is, I don't have 2 arms like you. They don't like me. They chase me away all the time. They say, you fool, you got your arm cut off. You caught a grenade and got your arm cut off. They're all very mean to me. Even if I ask for 20 cents, they refuse. They say, you must work to eat. But if I don't get an artificial arm, I'll have to go back to stealing again. I have a profession, but I need to get my job back. If I don't have an artificial arm, I'll have to be a robber. But I don't want to do that ever again in my life.
This is cell 306. The cell is a prison inside the prison. It's used for punishment. Everyone who fights, takes drugs, or is mentally ill goes to cell 306. For now, it is our cell. We got transferred here because we didn't pay the Baygon. Nothing is clean here. Everything is filthy. We are sometimes 50, 60, 70 in here. When you are eating and someone is taking a shit or vomiting, you completely lose your appetite. Even food is foul here. It's inedible. When you eat it, you vomit. People often fight in here. They fight over food or water. They take the water of others, so one says, "Mister, why did you drink my water?" And the other responds, "What should I do? Should I die or what?" It's like being in hell.
2 pounds of peanuts cost $1.70. Imagine, with 200 pounds, you would have $17 in prison. Even if it doesn't solve all our problems, it could help those with small bails. It can encourage others to come work here too. They'll think, I can always farm manioc, or even gumbo, or tomatoes. It's the only work that pays, because Earth never lets you down.
Là, c'est à 300, mon frère. Ça, c'est un morceau. Le vrai morceau, hein. C'est le vrai morceau. Et la boule à séquer? La boule à séquer à 200 francs. Mais ça, on appelle comment? Les aisiers. Les aisiers? Oui, les aisiers, c'est à 250. 250 francs. Oh, oui. Ok, c'est très bien. Et ça peut aller? Et ta santé? Je ne peux pas chez toi. Oh, non, oui, ça va. C'est Dieu qui est fort, c'est Dieu qui est fort.
The good thing here is the cooperative. Every girl has access to the cooperative. Life is easier when you join it. You can have your own ideas and contribute. For example, I'm a cook. I make an Ivorian stew called chep, which I sell to both men and women.
Some sell mangoes, others sell oranges, others sell meat or fish. There's tapioca flour, there's corn, there's a little bit of everything. Everyone has their own occupation, even the men come to buy food. They come to buy food as they normally would at the market, except that there's not a lot of contact as there's a fence between us. They give us money and we give them food. Then we go back inside.
We live and sleep together in the same cells. Sometimes we are 27 or 30 in the same cell. I guess they were originally for only 10 persons, since there are only 10 beds. So some of us have to sleep on the floor. There are also seniors living here. Grandmothers who can't walk. as well as teenagers and even babies. It's not normal. I think things should be addressed. Everything should be in its proper place. Men have a separated building for teenagers. We don't have one. Teenagers and adults live together. And teenagers learn from adults, which isn't great, as there are not many good role models here.
People always quarrel, they fight. I don't know why. It's hard. One must be level-headed because if you're not, you can easily get caught up in trouble. Some girls don't even know why they're here. They repeatedly get into trouble, so we have to stay with them. If you don't have a strong mind, you'll easily fall in their trap.
One of the main things that I wanted to discuss here is the conditions of this place. As a health professional and a trainer of nurses, that's my past experience before I became a pastor. The conditions are deplorable. There's no toilets. The little hole that they have in the floor, a lot of the elderly people injure themselves trying to relieve themselves. The electricity is out almost every day at some portion of the day. There's no showers. Water is only on a certain part of the day. So you have to have these buckets of water that are very heavy for most of these people, and I've seen them fall on the stairs and injure themselves.
We must clean the cells every day because of the mosquitoes. If we don't, it becomes impossible to sleep, as the nets aren't fully reliable and they fly through them. They bite and give us malaria. Babies often fall ill, and the only medication is paracetamol. We dilute the pills in water and give it with a spoon to the babies. I want my baby to be out of here when he's 3 years old. There is nobody outside of the prison to take care of him. He doesn't walk yet, so he'll be staying with me until he's 3. Then I'll get him out.
So he told you whatever? The cell leader told you whatever? Okay, tell me, Cameroonian, what happened?
Mr. Prosecutor, I never said whatever to my cell leader here. I've only been in this cell for 4 days. So, when he asked me to turn the TV off, I didn't know how to do it. So I said, cell leader, I don't know how to turn the TV on or off. He got angry and told me to stay at the sink. That's all.
So you're telling me you don't know how to turn off the TV?
It's not that I don't know how.
You don't have one back home in Abidjan?
Cell leader, Mr. Prosecutor, you know the TV has almost no knobs. We're in prison. If I touch one and the TV breaks, they're going to make me pay for it. I don't have any money. That's why I avoided the issue by saying I don't know how to turn it off.
I understand. But a situation like that, you should have simply told him that you didn't want to get in trouble by breaking the TV. You can't say whatever to your cell leader.
I'm sorry, cell leader.
He's our representative in your cell. So if you tell him whatever, it's as if you insult us, the building chiefs. And that can't happen.
You're right.
You can't do that again. I'd normally have to punish you for that, but this time I'm going to let it slip. Next time, I'm going to send you to the fence. Okay?
Understood.
Good. You can go now.
Agents are a minority, so we're forced to employ prisoners for certain tasks so the prison can work. That's why you see some prisoners doing certain jobs because of this situation. And that is the lack of workforce. We have a real lack of workforce. To fill in that gap, we need to employ our prisoners.
I got lucky to be appointed chief of Cell Block B, the convicts building. Small sentences are assigned to Block A, and the serious ones to Block C.
Hello, head assistant.
Hello, Chief.
What's the problem?
I have transfer papers for you to sign.
Okay.
You must sign here.
Put them in a decent cell. Are they responsible people?
Yes, they are.
Good, good. See where you can put them.
They're good, they're good.
Okay then. Come see me afterwards, okay?
Good.
Nice job. And how is work going?
It's going good.
Fine then. Good. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. How's it going, Kaki? I called you so many times.
I was busy.
Now meet the cell leader. It's been 4 days since their power went out. That's not good. So they put money together to buy this breaker. So I want you to replace the breaker so they can get their power back.
Okay.
The collaboration between agents and prisoners is essential to us. We can't work without it. Prisoners can be very, very useful, and we need to keep them busy so they can spend their time in prison under the best conditions. When they're busy, they don't see time go by. This also helps them to stay fit. It keeps them entertained. All this is good for their health. We give them work to help them survive. It is an open collaboration between them and us.
Being block leader isn't easy. It involves many sacrifices. I'm working day and night to solve issues. Playing this role gives us our identity here in the MACA. It allows us to help our brothers, since we live here in a community. Prisoners come from everywhere. From Ivory Coast, of course, but also people from the economic community of Occidental Africa. People from Burkina, Mali, and so forth. We try to live together.
God asked for you to fast, as he asked others before. That is why Allah now expects you to fast, so that you would become pious men, so that your souls would be purified. Fasting will purify you.
It's a fascinating job. It allows you to mix with many men. It allows you to better understand life. In any case, they're well organized. They have block leaders, cell leaders who make our work easier. Everyone knows his place. There are thousands of people here. They must be managed. You must understand how to speak with them. They're men too. They understand. Yet a prison will always be a prison, with its complications. That's not the question, but you certainly have to be strong-minded.
Sometimes they insult us, they spit on us, they throw water on us. Sometimes they throw rocks at us, but that's how things work. We trained for this. We're military.
Today I must say that this petty job, I call it a petty job, but it's a real job nonetheless, Work is work. This job allowed me, speaking for me that is, to feel what it's like to be respected. Today people respect me. Whenever people ask me what's my job, I'm not ashamed to say I'm a jailer. I'm a prison guard. I'm a prison guard.
Please call G. Mohammed.
Quel est ton nom?
What's your name?
G. Mohammed.
When were you born?
1994.
What's your job?
It's not a job.
But what do you do?
I'm a truck loader.
A truck loader.
Yes, a truck loader.
If we free you, to which district would you go?
To Marcari.
Marcari.
My grandmother lives there.
Your grandmother.
Yes.
Don't wipe it off. You must show that when you get out.
Understood.
Don't wipe it off.
Understood.
You can go.
Next. What's his name?
The assimilated block gathers a rather special group of prisoners, including company executives or directors, politicians, and well-off people. In the beginning, this building had been built for Europeans, Westerners, and foreigners. But with time, the social elite of Ivory Coast ended up there too. It was more secure for them due to their social status. The state administration can't totally take care of the building by itself. So we asked the prisoners to contribute financially for the maintenance of the building. We have also installed a barbed wire fence around it to control entries. And we have asked some common detainees to help us. They are paid every week.
The assimilated block is not what I would call first class, but life here is far more comfortable than in the other blocks. We even have assistants who are prisoners from other wards in charge of maintenance, cleaning, cooking, laundry, or security. Each cell has a valet. We have checkerboards, Scrabble boards, a football field. We have a nice patio where we can sit and talk to each other about everything and nothing. Even the guards join the conversation or play checkers, Scrabble, or even Ludo with us. We are here among brothers. We are a family. The only difference is that our children and our wives are not with us.
Where do you get the inspiration to do this shit?
Don't you like it?
You're gonna sleep in one of the dark cells tonight. I'll book you a room in the dark cells, my friend.
I met Cristiano when I was assigned to the security of the assimilated block. When you meet people like Cristiano who help youngsters like me, it's uplifting. He is a good man. He is what we call sutra. He helps a lot. Every time we need support, every time we get into trouble in the courtyard, he's always there to help. This is why I'll always remember him. One has to respect the leader, because when you show them respect, you never get into trouble. If you don't respect the leader, you make things hard for yourself. For example, God forbid, if I ever get in trouble, it'll quickly resolve. Why? Because I respect every leader. If I see them, I give them their ration, as we say. I give them the military salute, even if I'm not a soldier.
Life here can get rough for some of the youngsters. Not everyone has it as easy as I do. Not everyone can buy what they want, not even the necessities for them to survive. So I try to help these kids as best I can, and they help me in return. I feel more secure with people assisting me and helping me get what I want. When I arrived in here, it was truly a shock for me to be imprisoned. It was something I had never imagined, but I quickly got used to this new reality. I wondered then how to survive in this unknown jungle. I immediately realized that there are many more rules in here than there are outside. Here, you can't cheat, you can't steal, you can't beat people up. Fighting is not allowed, whereas outside, everything's permitted. Outside, you can do whatever you want. You get out, you want to steal something, you just take it. Then you get put in jail. But in jail, you can't steal. In jail, you can't cheat. Life is not easy outside, in the city. And life is not easy here, too. You need to know that there are good people and bad people. When you understand the hierarchy, you can get everything. We try to maintain this hierarchy in here because if you don't respect it, this place will become hell for you. So if you do respect it, and you try to find your place, you will find your paradise in this hell. It really is possible.
I am the leader at cell block C. I have 14 people working for me. They do everything I say. Cell blocks B and A have nothing to do with C. We live here with criminals, robbers, murderers, rapists. We're here for 20 years, or maybe 10 years, or 15, or 20 years. So we've lost interest in going back to the city. If you hurt me, I'll take a knife and stab you and kill you.
Life in Block C is totally different from life in Block B. We don't get to live the same lives. The prison is the same, but lives are different. 5 years in prison for them is like 10 for us.
We are condemned to stay in here, among the 900 other cell block C convicts. Only those who do chores can go out. We don't do chores, so we don't go out.
"60 people sleep in this cell, sometimes 80. The cell is very small. People often sleep on the floor, under the bajo. Others have to sleep seated. It's not easy. You often have to walk over people to go take a piss. Thank you. That's all I have to say."
What we're sitting on is a bajo. It's where we sleep. Sometimes, when it's not well fixed, the bajo falls on the person sleeping on the floor. This causes a lot of trouble, as people are often angry in prison. When someone who hasn't taken a shower touches you, it annoys you. You get nervous. There are bad people too. They give you food in exchange for things they want from you. There are pedophiles. They continue to subsist here because of the food issues. They ask you to do things for a tiny bit of bread, just a tiny bit.
Dark cells, dark cells. The dark cell section frightens people. They are cells for punishment to newcomers, a prison within a prison. When you first arrive here, you have no right to walk around in the courtyard for at least 1 month, or maybe 3 weeks, because you're a newcomer. So they lock you in here. I am the cell leader. I need to have a good look at you. I watch people and get to know them. I decide when you can go out and when it's time for you to get back in. I'll tell you, hey, mister, it's time to get back in. You break the law, you go in there. You get 10 days without drinking, eating, or washing. You steal a cell phone, you go in there. Same thing goes for sex between men. We don't allow it in here. Homosexuality is banned. And if you do something wrong, we beat your ass up.
All the things you see on this wall are no good. All of these things, one day, will get you back in jail. That's that. This is a dry tree. It represents treason. It represents your brothers who won't help you, or won't be able to help you. You can lean on it, but it'll break. So you need to become strong on your own to live through your jail time. That's it. That's my way of seeing things. Here is a representation of men with wives. They tell themselves, I got a wife, I got a wife, I got a wife. But when you get in trouble, she leaves you. You need to be courageous. Being the lion, it's difficult. The difficulty is there. That, up there, is prison. My view of prison. Because getting in prison is easy But getting out, it's not. So you have to get stronger, to grow horns, to blow fire before making your way out.